The city of Білгород-Дністровський is also referred to by alternative transliterations from Ukrainian as Білгород-Dnістровський. It was added to differentiate it from Belgorod, a city in Russia when both were a part of the Soviet Union. The town became part of the Principality of Moldavia in 1359. The fortress was enlarged and rebuilt in 1407 under Alexander the Good and in 1440 under Stephen II of Moldavia. It fell to Ottoman conquest on August 5, 1487. The city was known in Romanian as Citatea Alba, with other languages using the Turkish name Ackerman or variations of the Turkish name. Since 1944, the city has been known as Білгород-Дністровський, while on the Soviet geography, maps often translated into its Russian equivalent of Belgorod-Dnістровський, literally White City on the Dniester. In the 16th century BC, Milesian colonists founded a settlement named Tiras on the future location, which later came under Roman and Byzantine rule. In late antiquity, the Byzantines built a fortress and named it as Prokastron, White Castle, a meaning kept in several languages. But it passed out of their control in the 5th, 15th centuries under control of Bulgaria. The city is called Belgorod, as it was the border of the Bulgarian Empire. The Voskrense chronicle lists Білгород at the mouth of the Dniester above the sea, among the towns controlled by Kievan Rus. In 1420, the citadel was attacked for the first time by the Ottomans, but defended successfully by Moldavian Prince Alexander the Kind. In the 15th century, the port saw much commercial traffic as well as being frequently used for passenger traffic between Central Europe and Constantinople. Among the travelers who passed through the town was John Paleologos. Following the fall of Constantinople to the Ottomans in 1453, Sultan Mehmed bought its colonists from Asprokastron to repopulate the city. In 1484, along with Kilia, it was the last of the Black Sea ports to be conquered by the Ottomans. The Moldavian Prince Stephen the Great was unable to aid it in its defense, being under threat of a Polish invasion. The citadel surrendered when the Ottomans claimed to have reached an agreement with Prince Stephen and promised safe passage to the inhabitants and their belongings. However, most of the city dwellers were slaughtered. Later, attempts by Stephen the Great to restore his rule over the unsuccessful. Citatea Alba was subsequently a base from which the Ottomans were able to attack Moldavia proper. In 1485, Tatars setting out from this city founded Pazartzik in Bulgaria. In 1570, the town of Ackerman was inhabited by Muslims, Christians and Jews. It had 55 Muslim households in 25 neighborhoods and 113 non-Muslim households in 9 neighborhoods, and it was a khas of the Sultan, a land property that was directly owned by the Sultan. The castle of Ackerman also had the Jewish congregation and the Roma congregation. It was established as the fortress of Ackerman, part of the Ottoman defensive system against Poland, Lithuania, and later the Russian Empire. Major battles between the Ottomans and the Russians were fought near Ackerman in 1770 and in 1789. Russian conquered the town in 1770, but returned it after the conclusion of hostilities. It was not incorporated into Russia until 1812, along with the rest of Bessarabia. On 25 September 1826, Russia and the Ottomans signed here the Ackerman Convention, which imposed that the hospodars of Moldavia and Wallachia be elected by their respective divans for 7-year terms with the approval of both powers. During the Russian Revolution, Ackerman was alternatively under the control of the Ukrainian People's Republic and troops loyal to the government of Soviet Russia. Furthermore, the city and the surrounding district were also claimed by the Moldovan Democratic Republic, which however had no means to enforce such claims on the ground. The city was occupied by the Romanian army on 9 March 1918 after heavy fighting with local troops led by the Bolsheviks. Formal integration followed later that month when an assembly of the Moldovan Democratic Republic proclaimed the Wall of Bessarabia united with Romania. In the interwar period, projects aimed to expand the city and the port were reviewed. Romania ceded the city to the Soviet Union, but regained it on 28 July 1941 during the invasion of the USSR by the Axis forces in the course of the Second World War and had it within its boundaries until 22 August 1944.